Oh, yeah. 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 The things that I see, the things that I have, I can feel the pain inside. Oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars that me grow. As solid as I am, I'll never fall. What you see in me, I seen in me. Long time ago, I never fall. I stood 10 toes. Oh, yeah. 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 The things that I see, the things that I have, I can feel the pain inside. Oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars that me grow. As solid as I am, I'll never fall. What you see in me, I seen in me. Long time ago, I never fall. I stood 10 toes. The things that I see, the things that I have, I can feel the pain inside. Oh, inside. The shoes that I feel, the scars that me grow. As solid as I am, I'll never fall. What you see in me, I seen in me. Long time ago, I never fall. I stood 10 toes.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Check it out. Yeah, we back, baby. We back. And look, and I ain't gonna play a lot of games because I got a lot of things to talk about, and I want to get your opinion on some stuff. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and put this on the charger real quick. And I'm gonna talk about some things. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk about some real things. How y'all doing out there? Dream Team, what's going on? How y'all living? Hold on, let me get this other monitor working real quick because this other monitor been tripping. It's been slow. Shout out to everybody that's out there, man. But I see a couple people out there. April, what's up? Shank Rock, what's going on? Colton, what's up? Rock Squad was holding it down. Got some news, what's going on? Mama Love, what's up? Colton, what's going on? Who else can I grab? Okay, cool. Let's get that top chat going. Get that top chat down to the live chat. King Cox, what's up, bro? And Galatians, what's going on? April Scott, what up, sis? All right, so we're going to do it like this, man. We ain't going to play around no more. We ain't going to. For Your Eyes Only, I miss my God so much. What's up, For Your Eyes Only? I am not going to play around no more. I've been playing for a minute, and I'm tired of playing. So as I get my screens together, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the craziness that happened out here in these YouTube streets. I'm going to talk about it. Then I'm going to talk about how Shank Rock is over there destroying things, bringing things to light, and I'm going to talk about it. I urge people, do not take this live lightly. I'm going to talk about Jay-Z and the things that it's alleged that he did today. I'm going to talk about the Christian movement and some things that they allege that happened today. I'm going to talk about both parties, Republican and Democratic parties. I'm going to talk about Diddy. I'm going to talk about R. Kelly. We're going to watch a video about the Mexicans. Now, y'all know where I stand. Y'all know that I'm not going to play with nobody. At the end of the day, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with grace, with peace, with love. And if you don't like it, that's your fault. If you come in this country illegally, you should leave this country illegally. Dana, what are you saying? If you came in the good old United States illegally, and some people like, Dana, what are you saying? You ain't including America. No. Understand what I'm saying before you jump. If you didn't come in this great country of the United States by due process, you shouldn't leave this country by due process. Did that make sense? So I've been sitting back and I've been watching the game. And I know some people going to say, Dana, what game you talking about? Oh, I've been watching the game. And the game that I've been watching was you got to shut people up by any means necessary. Because if you shut the people up by any means necessary, won't nobody talk about the facts. Well, baby, guess what? I'm back. And today starts back what's been going on and what's been saying, tomorrow we ride. Today I'm gonna start it, but tomorrow we riding. So I'm gonna say shout out to everybody that's here. If you want to donate to the channel, at the bottom of the screen, you can do what? You can hit the super chat. The super chat is a little box with a $sign in it. You can donate anything you want. Nothing's too little, nothing too small. I appreciate everything that y'all choose to do for this channel. If you want to donate to something to me directly, you can do what? You can hit the Cash App. The Cash App is what? $OfficialDanaJay. So I was running behind time. I was running behind schedule. So I couldn't get my show tonight set up the way I wanted to set up. Do y'all understand that my intro has been cut short? If y'all don't understand that. So some people be like, oh yeah, that's Dana. He gonna give us a 20-minute intro. No, you're getting 10 minutes now. 10 and going. I'm listening to the people. You will not get a long intro anymore. And for the people that know why I do the long intro, let's do this. Shame on me. Shame on me. Y'all know why. This been 3 years and running. Shame on me. Mama Mary, what's up? Chris Starry in the building. So first things first, we're going to go here. When we have a child and when we are suspected to being the father of the child, we don't have the luxury as men to go to a judge and go off on a judge because a DNA test was requested. I think people are too privileged, and now the privilege is losing their zeal. Dana, what are you talking about? It's been put out there. It's been put out there. Shout out to Jamil that Jay-Z had an alternative reaction today. Check this out.
Love them, thug them, leave them, but I don't can feed them, take them out the hood, keep them looking good, but I don't trust I'm breathing. First time they bust, I'm breathing. Talk about what's the reason. I've been pimping ever since the work. Better trust and believe them. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Jay-Z has finally responded to the judge demanding him to take a paternity test by July 18th. Pure survival. And this is crazy. Jay-Z, this is some evil stuff. I'm sorry, but Jay-Z literally said that the boy went this long without a father during survival, so he don't need no father now. Why are you coming for me now? This is what Jay-Z is allegedly saying. So he said he don't give a damn about Maury Povich. He don't care if he called Tyrone. He don't give a crap. So I don't know if Beyonce is in his head and his dress or whatever the case may be, but Jay-Z is saying that the Billie Jean is not my lover. The kid is not my son. Pure survival. You know I love them, thug them, leave them, but I don't can feed them, take them out the hood, keep them looking good, but I don't trust I'm breathing. First time they bust, I'm breathing. Talk about what's the reason.
So with that being said, Jay-Z is saying that he don't have to take a DNA test and the judge can't make him. Well, for people that don't understand, it's a reason behind the DNA test and why he don't want to take the DNA test. Because if he take the DNA test, he goes to jail. Dana, what do you mean he go to jail? The reason why he goes to jail is because the boy mama was 13 when Jay-Z started dating her. She was 15 when she conceived. Jay-Z moved away. And for the people that say, oh, well, Jay-Z not into young girls, this and this and this. Well, I got a friend that know a friend that's connected to Jay-Z. And what I want y'all to do is listen to what this friend had to say. Check it out.
Yo, bam, we about to go in on crazy on this one, baby. It's Brooklyn, this motherfucker. Little fame, M.O.P. Ill Nana Easy Mo B, baby. We gonna take it back to 9-6, like my nigga Big was alive and all that. Yeah. It's Brooklyn, baby. Yeah. It's the Louboutin, leopard pump Dawn. Brooklyn, bad bro, the Boucheron Dawn. Yes, cocksucker keeps the Louboutins on. Which blood clot bitch don't want protested doggone. Yo, E, spin that motherfucking track I spaz on. Whoa, I got the ass clot ratchet on you bastards. The same faggots that put big in this casket. You buried my God and buried the whole style. Whoa, the streets talking, got the hood going crazy. Niggas heard I fuck with Ross and had the nigga baby. Said I fuck with Nas and now they say it's AZ. But on the low, real nigga was Jay-Z. He couldn't get out, the Lex spit at. Way before the car flew, way before the made bit at. Out of town trips to Baltimore. Wait
a minute.
Real nigga was Jay-Z. He come get streets talking, got the hood going crazy. Niggas heard I fuck with Ross and had the nigga baby. Said I fuck with Nas and now they say it's AZ. But on the low, real nigga was Jay-Z. He come get out, the Lex spit at. Streets talking, got the hood going crazy. Niggas heard I fuck with Ross and had the nigga baby. Said I fuck with Nas and now they say it's AZ. But on the low, real nigga was Jay-Z. He come get out, the Lex spit at. Way before the guard flew, way before the made bit at. Out of town trips to Baltimore, bit at. Used to stash bit at.
Real baby, chromed out whips and shit. Big swollen ass kicks and shit. Let them know. Deal all about the chips and shit. Let them know. You ain't heard of me strike this shit. It go down.
Y'all hate him, but y'all love it though.
Yo, so that verse right there is nothing but a killer to Jay-Z. What do you mean, Dana? She said, people thought I had a baby by Ross and shit. Then they flipped it and tried to say it was by Nas and shit. Hold up. They really thought it was by AZ and shit. The whole time it was that nigga Jay-Z, baby. This is when she was 15. And if you listen to the flow, this is when she was put up against Lil' Kim. Think about it. If you was born back then, Foxy came out with the whoa. You want to rumble with them? You know what I mean? Foxy had that, oh, whoa, that street joint. Biggie and Diddy made Kim come out with it to combat Foxy. The whole time, Jay-Z and Diddy was doing their thing. Now, people saying, Dana, why would you play that? Because in this day and time, we can't play around with nothing. We can't leave no stones unturned. Let's keep it moving. Jay-Z got to take that DNA test. And when it happened, you're going to know because bombshell's going to explode. Let's go on. The thing that people going to hate me for, especially on YouTube. Guess what? YouTube and Facebook, understand this. Somebody been lying to the people. Somebody been lying to the people. And you know, when they pointed me in a direction, I had to go get it. You see, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Freedom of Information Privacy Act section cover sheet. What's the subject? Christian identity movement. Hold the hell up. Dana, are you about to go where I think you about to go? You damn right. Let's go. Whew. Christian identity movement. Right-wing terrorism matters. For the information of recipients, the Terrorist Research and Analytical Center, TRAC, at FBI HQ is producing a continuing series of short, informative articles on a variety of topics relating to FBI terrorism investigations. The following addresses information relating to the concept of Christian identity, hereafter referred to as identity. a religious doctrine that is a major factor within the ultra-right movement in the United States today. It is recognized that many of the ideas exposed by identity are offensive, but it is believed that a complete discussion is needed to understand the motivation of the movement. Identity is an ideology that combines religious concepts with elements of what? Racism. Dana, why am I talking about this? Dana, why are you going here? You about to find out in a minute. The proponents. The proponents of identity often quote and provide explanations for biblical passages. However, these explanations have a racist slant, and they differ significantly from the interpretations. Dana, whoa, Dana, what's going on? You remember when Trump said Jesus was black? I'm going to say it in that terms because he never said that Jesus was black. Trump and Putin said Jesus was of a colored descent. That was their words. And people swept it under the rug because they didn't want to understand what was going on. Now, under Joe Biden, it was plagued and it was said that if you are a Christian, that means you are a right-wing terrorist and the Christian identity movement. That's why they was running in people's houses. So check it. It said these beliefs are the enemies of God and natural adversaries of the white race. But I thought the Republicans were the bad guys. This is the memo that Chris Wray, Kamala Harris, and everybody else put out. Remember, the Ku Klux Klan is the Democrats, part of the Democratic Party. Just like the Confederate flag is from the Democratic Party. So these beliefs are the enemies of God and natural adversaries of the white race. The chosen race of God, blacks and other non-whites are annually regarded as unequal to whites. It's racism aside. The views of identity often parallel traditional biblical scholarship. In a religious connection study, the Bible, I can't read what that say, whatever, and use it as a literal and infallible document for their beliefs. Identity, however, is far more reactionary than fundamentalism. There are no ties between the two, despite some similarities. There are, however, significant difference. Foremost of these is racism. Now I'm gonna stop there because it's hard to read this. If you want it, I send it to you. But I'm going to break it down to you. Remember when Trump popped up and said the Bible is a USA Bible? And everybody was like, oh, now Trump is trying to endorse the Bible. No, he was talking about this. He was talking about when the Democratic Party was going after the Christians abroad. So he brought out the Bible to come back about this. But watch what I'm about to drop. I'm going to do this one. Identity concerns the rises of white Christian nations. It seeks to discover a national as well as a racial identity for white Christians by telling by telling them who they are and where they come from. Many identity beliefs are rooted in the 19th century British movement. British Israelism or Anglo-Israelism. Dana, why you talking about Israel? I'm about to tell you. This concept claims that Anglo, whatever that is, and others of the descendants of the biblical Israelites, and that England is the true what? Israel. Under identity, these concepts were changed to the view that the United States, not the United States of America, but the United States is the true Israel. Furthermore, other racist concepts that are based upon biblical interpretations have been added to those of British Israelism by the advocates of identity, who is who? The Caucasian folks. Because these interpretations are speculative, some factions of identity may be more racist than others, and individual interpretations of the same biblical passage may differ. Dana, why are you talking about Israel? Because I'm going to break it down to you. What you hearing about the Epstein files, do not move. Listen to me. Do not waver. Listen to me. Do not move. Sit and watch the movie play out. And remember, you hearing it here first. Black Ducci, I definitely would. Remember, you hearing it here first. This is a psyop because people have been threatened. Families have been threatened, and you have judges in place right now that have to be removed. Once these judges are removed, which is happening at a rapid pace right now, it's going to happen and before the first election. When these judges are moved, you're going to see Jeff Epstein reveal himself. That's right, I said it. You're going to see Jeff Epstein reveal himself. If you've been paying attention, the government has put out there, Kash Patel has put out there that but matter of fact, he said there's no proof that Jeff Epstein has been murdered. Remember, at first they ran with he hung himself. Well, a former inmate said there's no way you can hang yourself. So then they said he's been murdered in his cell. They have came out and said there has been no proven that he's been murdered. So I'm going to ask you this question. Why? Why? And what are you holding Epstein for? And if you notice, they're saying there's no client list. There's no client list. What do you think that's for if I'm telling you it's a psyop? Well, I'm going to tell you what it's for. It's to make your enemy or the enemy of the administration that's in now is to make them comfortable. Okay. You ain't going to put that out there? Cool. I can do what I'm going to do. But the big problem is Israel. Israel has been blackmailing the United States via the United States of America for years. And the only other president that stood up to Israel was JFK. And you see what happened to JFK. Listen to me, people. Understand that this is a psyop. So when the boom happened, you're going to be like, Dana said it. I'm telling you what's going on. Some people going to say, oh, Dana's a conspiracy theorist. But everything I've been saying for the last 5 years, haven't it been coming true in politics? Understand this. What's about to go down, they are not going to let it go. And if you peep, just go back and look at other interviews. You've never seen Pam Bondi that animated and then laugh. One thing I've learned from fellow Caucasian people is when they get angry and laugh, they are planning and plotting something. Step back and let them do what they do. If you think I'm lying, peep this. Keep this. Kamala Harris posted, Republicans in Congress have voted to devastate millions of people across our nation, kicking Americans off their health care, shuttering hospitals, eliminating food assistance, and raising costs. This is Project 2025 in action. Well, John McCauley said you should be about 10 glasses of Chardonnay in by now. But listen up, Elkie. You're responsible for 500,000 children being sold into sex trafficking. Uh-oh. You can never take a high moral ground. We didn't kick Americans off of anything. We're simply asking for up to 20 hours of either work or school requirements to remain on Medicaid, not Medicare, but Medicaid and SNAP. Clinton required 30 hours. Nobody said nothing. If you're an able-bodied person without kids, this shouldn't be an issue. Illegal aliens should have never been on it. But you knew that. Didn't you, dipshit? Hashtag flip Philly red. Hashtag MAGA. Now, watch this. Medicare and Medicaid is two different things. Medicare and Medicaid is two different things. Now, when I tell y'all, this is not about what they want you to think it is. If you pay attention to what John said, he slipped up and told the truth. And what his truth was, you're responsible for 500,000 children being sold into sex trafficking. That's what this is all about. And if you don't think as a client list, what is Ghislaine Maxwell telling you? If there are no clients, why am I in jail? This is what y'all got to realize. The truth is not going to be told to you until it's actually happened. That means it's too far gone. That means you didn't do your research and you didn't prepare for it. Now, I'm giving it to you. Gossip News said I'm on Medicaid, Medicare. Are you on both? Because it's two different. Medicaid is different from Medicare. That part, Teresa. Medicare is for disabled and retired recipients, right? So if that's the case, why are all the illegals on Medicare? And why are their kids on Medicaid? Make it make sense. But we about to watch a video for the ones that love the United States of America. Go on about your business. Because I hate the United States of America. I love the United States. Big difference. I'm going to say it again. For all of y'all that love the United States of America, that's you. I hate the United States of America, but I love the United States. And people were saying, when was America ever great? It wasn't. But the United States was. And one thing I love about the Dream Team over here, we don't go ignorant. We don't go ignorant. So before I get to Diddy and Kellz, let me break you down with this facts. For the people that want you to believe and that want you to be ignorant, they want you to believe that the United States of America is a country. It's not. The United States is a country, a sovereign country. The United States of America is a corporation. Are you understanding the problem now? Are you understanding the problem now? The United States is a country, but the United States of America is a corporation. Are you understanding the problem now. Now, if you understanding the problem, then you know what's about to go down. You know what I'm about to read. You know what I'm about to say. You know what it is. You know what it's not. Let's break it down. As Shank say, enlighten the people. So here it is. United States Bankruptcy Court, Northern District of Florida, Tallahassee Division. United States Corporation Company, all caps. Alleged what? Debtor. Case number, please go look this case law up. 20-40375-KKS. Hold on. KKS. For y'all that's trying to look it up, please go do that. Please go look that up. So it says order. Hold on. It says order to show cause. 1. Why Chapter 11 and voluntary petition should not be dismissed. 2. Why petitioning parties should not have to post a bond. And 3. Whether petitioning parties should be sanctioned pursuant to Bankruptcy Rule 9011 and 11 USC 105A. Wait a minute. Are you telling me what I think you're saying? That the United States is a corporation? Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Debtor's name. United States Corporation Company with an EIN number and a DUNS number. But wait, Dana, I thought you was a conspiracy theorist. I thought you was a sovereign citizen. I told you I wasn't. Then it says Corporation Service Company EIN and DUNS number. CIS, Coastal International Security, right? Fifth Florida Living Opinions, Inc. The EIN number, the DUNS number, the date of birth. Oh, wow. And look what it say. China, TGLETCH, holding. That got a Duns and Bradstreet number and an EIN. Listen, debtor's federal employer identification number. Here it is. That's the EIN. So if the corporation that you live in, that you was duped to believe that was a country, if it has an EIN number, where is the country's social? Where's the corporation's social security number? They don't have one. Why? Because you are the only fool that have a social security number, and you operate under a number that you didn't ask for, which is fraud. Look at the address, 1201 High Street, Tallahassee, Florida. Oh yeah, it gets even deeper. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see how deep did this go. Alleged debtor, United States Corporation Company, 1201 Hayes Street, Tallahassee, Florida. Then it have the tax ID and the EIN. Right? DBA Corporation Service Company, DBA CIS Coastal International Security Inc., DBA China Teletech Holding Inc., DBA China Telecom America Corporation, DBA 5th Florida Living Options LLC. Petitioning creditor, highly favored Shekinah L. 422 East 27th Street, Jacksonville, Florida, 32206-2211. Doing business as Moore Science Temple of America. Doing business as Court of Equity and Truth. Sateria Hafizabea. Petitioning creditor, Malik Rashid L. The question is, do you know who you are? The question is, do you know who you are? And I'm going to play this one time, and then I'm jumping on. Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. Did it go off like that? Ooh, federal. I can't play the video. I can't play the video, but I'll come back and I'll spin a block on that. I promise you I will. I'll come back and I'll spin the block on that. They ain't gonna let, for some reason, I took it off by accident. But I'll come back and I'll spin a block on that. I promise you I will. So with that being said, they're saying that we're being too hard, that MAGA, that Trump is being too hard on the Mexicans. MAGA is being too hard on the illegals. Well, what if I told you I works around the corner from the office in Jack? Teresa, can you go around the corner tomorrow and take pictures and send it to me? Please? Or can you take a video? Got some news said, I'm a Medicaid because I'm disabled on my Medicare cover my dad. Okay, cool. I did not know I can be under my dad. Okay, cool. And what's up, Sparkle? So what if I told you Trump just took a page out of the Mexicans' playbook? Would you believe me? If I told you that Trump took a page out of the Mexicans' playbook, would you believe me? Check this out. This is why Trump is treating the illegals the way he's doing it.
Mexican rioters. This happened on Independence Day too, so it was, I guess, pre-planned that they were going to do this to protest Americans who are in Mexico City. Look at this, man. Oof. No way, man. Yeah. Again, no sirens. Look, these people are hiding on the floor. This is like an attack.
You are even prettier in person.
Thank you.
There's a reason ball boys make especially attentive.
Never mind that any of these restaurants are employing people that live in Mexico. Here's more footage of them ripping apart that clothing store. Look, they just totally loot the place in seconds. Absolutely unreal. There's massive crowds. Oh, look, the protest is peaceful now. Oh, thank God, a peaceful protest. I was worried for a second there. I thought this was one of those American protests that turns out not to be peaceful. Look at the sign. Gringo, go back. They do not want American migrants in their country for some reason.
These protesters in Mexico City also enjoy a cheaper cost of living.
Oh.
Protesters say the newcomers have driven up rents beyond the reach of locals.
If they're going to live in a country, they have to contribute to that country. The first and simplest issue is legal migration. They come here with visas or no visas, and still the change in purchasing power generates these problems of gentrification and displacement.
So apparently if you're an American, you could stay in Mexico for up to 180 days with no visa, which is like Mexico having a wide open border.
by working on laptops from their apartments.
Wow.
The government is directing its public policies towards people with higher purchasing power, often illegally displacing local populations who have lived in these neighborhoods for 40, 50, and we have even documented.
You know, I would tell these people to go and protest the Mexican government, but then they'd be protesting a cartel-aligned governance body, and that's not going to work out. So who do they go after?
Cases of up to 60 years. In 5 years, rents have increased by 47%. This is violent for the local population. We are debating whether to pay for electricity, water, or food. Of course.
Well, if you don't pay for food, that's not going to work out.
However, there's no simple fix.
The border
Imposing
wall.
tougher visa restrictions on Americans could worsen relations with the U.S. Mexican citizens in the U.S. also send billions of dollars in remittances back to their families in Mexico.
Oh, so the government is afraid to crack down on how Americans might benefit from Mexico, since so many people in Mexico are benefiting from America. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, they're going after this guy. Look at this. It's a riot. Ooh.
This is not your home. This is not your home.
This is not your home, they're saying. Wow.
Get out.
This is not very tolerant.
No, this is going on in Mexico.
That's not tolerance. This isn't a peaceful protest. How come we're not hearing about anything like this happening?
What's up, Lex?
How come the American news isn't telling us about this? Look at this guy with a mask and his shirt off. Oh, his shirt is the mask. Okay.
So pretty much, the Mexicans benefit by coming over here working and sending their funds back over there to their country. But the U.S., when they go over there to work, they can't spend their money back here. They got to stay over there and spend over there. That's not fair. That's why Trump is current the way he current. And I support that. I voted for that. I voted for the illegals to go. So now colored folks can stop being so lazy and can stop thinking that everything is given to us and we can get out and do what we're supposed to do to provide for us. Make it make sense. Going along, Diddy. So Sean Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, sentencing date hearing unexpectedly adjourned. A hearing scheduled for Tuesday afternoon to hear arguments for Sean Diddy Combs to receive an earlier sentencing date was adjourned without any arguments being presented or a new date being set. Defense attorneys and federal prosecutors initially agreed to a September 22nd sentencing date for Combs. According to a joint letter filed Tuesday, ahead of a remote hearing set for 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then shortly before the hearing, attorneys for both sides sent another joint letter to Judge Arian Samarian saying that they had agreed to the judge's original proposed sentencing date of October the 3rd. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilio and prosecutor Christy Slavic were on the scheduled teleconference when the courtroom deputy interrupted to see if the attorneys had anything to discuss beyond a sentencing date. When Agnifilio and Slavic answered they had nothing further, the deputy adjourned the conference and informed them that Submarinian would respond to the parties in writing. Submarinian has now set sentencing for Sean Combs for October the 3rd, according to a post on the court docket. It was not immediately clear why the defense apparently abandoned, at least for now, their attempt to secure expedited sentencing for Combs. You know why. Juror and Sean Diddy Combs trial pushes back on claim that celebrity influence played a role in verdict. Submarinian had agreed to hear arguments for expedited sentencing following a split verdict on July the 2nd. The acquitted Combs of racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking, but convicted him on 2 counts of prostitution related charges he faced. The defense argued in court last week that exceptional circumstances warranted expedited sentencing, including the 2018 death of Combs' romantic partner, Kim Porter. Stop. If y'all think that the defense is raising this question and making this a factor, if y'all think they doing this for no reason, they know that is more charges about to drop. Now, the problem that I have is, why not bring all the charges all at once? Like y'all did R. Kelly. Y'all breaking it down in cycles. So now, since he got past this hurdle, now y'all gonna bring another hurdle, and that include all the murders. I get it. Y'all want to see where the Keefe D situation go before you charge him with Tupac, Kim Porter, Andre Harrell, and Heavy D. Here's the question. They told y'all it was kids involved, right? I'm going to ask y'all this question. And this going to make you think. Why the prosecution didn't put no kids in Puff Daddy's case? Now, you seen Diddy with the little white girl that he adopted. You heard about all of the kids when they were young, like Usher and all them. Why didn't they put all of that into this case? You want me to tell you why? I don't know her first name, but I'm going to tell you the last name. And the last name is Comey. The head prosecutor on this case. I guess you're wondering, what did that mean, right? What if I told you the prosecution team threw the case? What if I told you they knew what they was doing by mixing good acts and bad act witnesses together? Well, Dana, how can you say that? Well, before Epstein got the trial, didn't he disappear? Wasn't she one of the main ones that sat there and said he was hung? He committed suicide. Make this make sense. Why the guns wasn't brought into this case? Ain't that's what they went on the court record and said? So now I'm starting to believe the facts that I already know. Because even at one point, I was second guessing the facts that I already know. For every day that Diddy sat in court, the real money, which is them bonds that's floating around in court, every day, it was $1 billion being transferred in between the judge, the lawyers, and the prosecuting team. I told y'all years ago, the biggest bank is what? The court. What court? The federal court. Would you go into to exchange funds? That's not a bank. That's an intermediary. That's an illusion. If you think I'm lying, when you go in there, right? Put some funds in your account. Put a big amount in there, right? And then turn around the next day and try to go get it out. Watch what they tell you. You got to order your money. And they're going to say it just like that. You got to order your money because they want you to believe that it's money. It's currency. Joe Zalor said it's an agency. Facts. Now watch this. The mother of some of his children had passed away many years ago. These kids, the two daughters here sitting in the middle of your honor second row, don't have a parent. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilio said in court last week. King Cox said, hey, Dana, if they don't officially charge Diddy with the guns, can't they become some type of a case law? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it said federal prosecutors appeared to oppose anything other than the usual course, including a pre-sentence report from probation officials that would require Combs to sit for an interview. The only things exceptional about this defendant are his wealth, his violence, and his brazenness. Prosecutor Maureen Comey, that's her name, Maureen Comey said she also said that the government plans to pursue significant incarceration for Combs on the prostitution charges. I got one question to ask. If you're going to pursue significant prostitution charges, right? I mean, significant incarceration on a prostitution charges, why the hookers that's being caught out here on the streets, why they not getting prosecuted? Why they not getting significant incarceration? Now watch this. And I'm going to give you facts. Diddy is connected to the Epstein list. The reason why Sean Combs and R. Kelly is behind bars is because they didn't go along with the Get Along gang. Sean Combs thought he can do what he want to do, say what he want to say, live how he want to live, and play like he want to play. But ask yourself this question, and I've held my silence on this for a while. Even though I know Sean Combs is an over-the-top narcissist, facts. Even though I know Sean Combs had did some wrong to some people, everybody have, facts. What he's going through, he don't deserve. Now watch this. Remember when somebody brought up to him, why didn't you speak up for R. Kelly? Remember what he said? Hell with R. Kelly. I'm good. So now you're in the same seat and you want people to speak up for you. What if everybody turned around and said, hell with Sean Combs, we good? See how one hand washes the other? But you also got to realize that this R. Kelly train is serious. Everybody that backstabbed R. Kelly is going through some type of heartache and pain. If you think I'm lying, Fat Joe, where the terror squad? Fat Joe, where the terror squad? So it says, Cassie Ventura's lawyer released a statement on Diddy's split verdict. She paved the way. Listen. So I'm gonna ask you this question. Somebody asked me a question and said, what's the difference in between R. Kelly and Diddy case? And some people, like myself, say you can't compare the two. Well, since y'all want to compare the two, let's compare the two. There is no difference, especially when you're talking about the willing participants. Yes, we seen Cassie get beat, but a freako don't result in a RICO. Huh? Yeah, we seen Cassie get beat. Was that right? No. Diddy should have got prosecuted for that. Now watch this. Are we going to talk about Cassie coercion? Are we going to talk about Cassie coercion and the fact of the freak-offs? Now watch this. You can't tell a victim how to respond. Yes, Cassie was groomed. But what happens when a victim of one circumstance is the dictator of another circumstance? Is that person still a victim? Now, people gonna hate me. People gonna hate me. And I'm gonna tell you why people gonna hate me now. Because now they're gonna say, oh, Dana, you changing your stance. You think Diddy is innocent. I never said Diddy was innocent of anything. I said Diddy is innocent, or should I say partially innocent of what they are alleging of him. But I know Diddy is a monster. I know that. In the entertainment business, you have to be a monster. If you're not a monster, they're going to take from you. They're going to take from you. And if they take from you, then what? Are you going to sit there and just, okay, well, they took from me, so okay, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's not fine. It's not cool. What you got to understand is this stuff is crazy. And what you don't really understand is a lot of people is not really on par to what's really going on. A lot of people, I'm going to say it again, a lot of people is really not on par to what's going on. So they said Combs faces a maximum sentence of 20 years. A maximum sentence of 20 years. A maximum sentence of 20 years. In prison on the 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Though it's possible that he will receive less than that for a first-time conviction, any sentence would include credit for time served, which so far totals roughly 10 months. Combs' split verdict last week followed 6 weeks of testimony that saw the prosecution present 34 witnesses and the defense present none. The jury of 8 men and 4 women deliberated just over 2 days before reaching their decision. Pause. What's the difference between R. Kelly and Diddy? Jerronda Pace got up on the stand 9 months pregnant. Cassie got up on the stand 9 months pregnant. They introduced 2 guys in the R. Kelly saga, which was lies. Diddy introduced 1 in the Diddy saga. Watch this. You had 34 people, which was overkill, that got up there. Some lied and some didn't. In the R. Kelly case, you had 52. Some lied, some didn't. In Diddy case, everybody said they wanted him in jail. In the R. Kelly case, Chicago and New York, everybody took the stand and took the stand and said they did not want to see R. Kelly go to jail. What up, Prima? Hold on. In Diddy case, none of the Jane Does wrote a letter on Diddy's behalf of saying that they were sorry and they were pressured. On R. Kelly, you had 4 Jane Does that wrote letters to R. Kelly's lawyers saying what? We were made to do this. We're sorry, and we didn't mean to do that. We didn't want it to go that way. R. Kelly got damn near his life thrown at him. Diddy, they talking about, oh, he's going to do less than 20 years. He's going to do less than that. But there's people in the industry who has been slightly blackballed that talks about the Diddy and Cassie case. Life Jennings said something that went like,
me stressed out, bro. I got a lot of floating opinions about it, man. And I'm hesitant because I know when I did the R. Kelly joint, y'all was mad. Well, I ain't gonna make you mad this time. You might be furious. All of my kids go out to Cassie. But all of my prayers go out to Puffy. No, I wouldn't dare say Puffy was guilty. But it wouldn't be fair to say Cassie's innocent. See, sometimes we make decisions today and regret tomorrow. But does that regret mean that we shouldn't be held accountable? This is a blessing wrapped in a lesson, so nobody else gotta go through it. Is she really by herself, dead or alive? Or did she sell herself to it? Oh, angel, I just had to tell the truth, even though I'm gonna get some hate, babe. Living proof of what happens when children don't listen. Oh, angel, the short good is always through the swamp with the alligators on. If you don't listen now, better believe you gon' listen later. Bad boy, bad.
well, I'm going to tell you, that thing right there was crazy. Shout out to Toy. Toy in the building. Toy said Diddy will get time served at sentencing for sure. I don't know about that, Toy. I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I want to say that, they got to make an example. It depends on if Diddy settles behind the scenes or not. EJ said Life Jennings ain't squeaky clean, especially with what he did to Layla Brown. He didn't do nothing to Layla Brown. Stop that lie, bro. Don't do that. Stop that lie. He ain't do nothing to Layla for sure. He ain't do nothing to Layla Brown. Stop that lie. Please, yo. That's one thing I can't do is let nobody lie on nobody. Do not say he did anything to Layla Brown. That is not true. And I know that for sure. Angela said, I feel Judge Ann Donnelly messed it up for R. Kelly, my opinion. I think she did a little more than messed it up. I think she had it out for him. The heart, what did it say? The Heart of America said Diddy is done. I don't think he's done. I'm going to be honest. But I don't think he's going to get time served. So what y'all think about that Life Jennings snippet? I think it's deep. Diddy is going to walk. I doubt if he's going to walk. If the feds let him walk, you best to believe, and within 3 months, he's going to be locked back up for the murders. For some reason, this Keefe D Tupac situation is crazy. Because how are you going to lock somebody up for a man that's not even Dana, shut up. Shut up. You talk too much. You talk too much. Shut up. So now we're going to exit Puff and we're going to enter R. Kelly. And I set it up this way because this is my last story for the day. Tomorrow, we're going to R. Kelly ham. We're going to resume the screw job of R. Kelly. Because I got my hands on some text messages that I never seen before. And it really pissed me off. I got my hands on some text messages that really piss me the hell off. How people can play in your face. And I'm going to say this. And I'm going to let it be known because I don't sneak this. I don't go around. I'm going to say this. Atmos Love Zone do not know what the hell he's talking about. He did a live and said, was it R. Kelly fans that got him in the situation? No, it wasn't. It's the people that you hang with. It's the people who you call your friends that got him in a situation. And I'm going to say this, Bo Brindley, since I know you watching, take a look at Atmos Love Zone page because he had Lizette Martinez on his page spreading the lies that R. Kelly did her wrong, which is defamation. See how this go? See, when you my friend, I can call and say, yo, don't do that. But we ain't friends no more. So I'm not calling. I don't even got the number no more. So when you're not a friend, you are what? And when you got the balls to go live and say, is it R. Kelly fans? I can go live and say, it wasn't R. Kelly fans. It wasn't his true friends or his true supporters. It was you and your crew, along with the fake ass wannabe supporters that got Rob jammed up. Toy said, "Fo, you got that right." It was Atmos Love Zone, along with Larry McGee and the rest of them, that had Lizette on there parading. Oh, Robert did this to me. But are you going to tell people, Lizette, with your wide neck ass? Are you going to tell people that you was in Robert's Twitter talking about, Roberto, I can make all this go away? How can you make it go away and you wasn't even a prime witness for the government? Make that shit make sense. You just wanted the D. You missed that R. Kelly DD. That's all. But while I park all that there, because you knew I was coming, you just didn't know when. Well, park all that there. The Wicked Witch of the Midwest. How could you? Greenlight surviving R. Kelly. How could you try to make all the money off of R. Kelly name? How could you put your daughter in front of everybody with the biggest lie ever known to man? But then you got quiet until they said, hey, we gonna ask Trump if he can pardon R. Kelly. And then you brought your funky ass back out here to lie again. Now, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, nah, we about to see the show, the greatest show, or should I say the lioness show on earth. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Let's go.
So now we have a whole judicial system that leaves mothers like me helpless. And that is probably the most painful experience of my life, because I did everything that I could. Asking for them, listen, I want supervised visitation. I only want it from this time to this time on Sundays. So now we have a whole judicial system that leaves mothers like me helpless. And that is probably the most painful experience of my life, because I did everything that I could. Asking for them, listen, I want supervised visitation. I only want it from this time to this time on Sundays. So now we have a whole...
So I got a question, Drea, and I'm going to be honest. If it was that bad, right? You listening? If it was that bad, right? And I want you to hear me, Drea. So I'm going to ask this question like this. If that was the case, right? If that was the case, right? Then why was you dancing and promoting your baby daddy? Can somebody explain that? Why was you dancing and promoting your baby daddy? I'm going to give you some backstory. When Cisco and R. Kelly was going at it, and Cisco said that R. Kelly was a pedo. It wasn't R. Kelly that jumped to that. It was you, Drea. It was you that jumped to that. And when you jumped to it, you damn near destroyed Cisco. Called them all type of liars and everything. So now that he really done cut you off, and you are old enough to understand that you've been cut off, and the kids are grown and old enough to know that their dad is not dealing with them when you're around. He only want to deal with them when you're not around. The question is, why is he a pedophile now? Why did he touch your daughter now all of a sudden? Remember, I was in court when they said, Owen Greenberg said, we can unleash everything. And the marital decree of why y'all separated and everything. And you said, no. I don't want that to come out. Why you don't want it to come out? I'm going to tell you why you didn't want it to come out. Because you had a plan. Unlike Kellz, he was unconditional to you. But to you, you wasn't unconditional to him. You are no better than Geronda and the rest of them. Y'all all had alternative motives, ulterior motives to do something to him. And it wasn't right. Y'all all wanted that man gone. Y'all wanted him as a person gone, but y'all wanted his money to live on.
A lot of girlfriends. We ain't.
That's not fair. And seeing me, I believe in being fair. So while you sat up there and said that, did you forget about this?
A lot of girlfriends. We ain't gonna never be together, boo boo. I ran for him for 2 years. Like, no, ma'am. Oh no, I don't want to be your girlfriend because you got about 1,500 of those. And then one day, I don't know, he just wooed me, and I looked. I was like, he cute. Okay, babe, we might be able to do this. Let me see what we working with. And it just seemed like overnight, it just turned into, and I think because we were friends first, that it was easy because I loved him as my friend. So to fall in love with your friend, it was just an easy transition. It wasn't one of those, okay, he's sending me flowers and jewelry and clothes and cars. It was like, dude, let's go to McDonald's. Let's get this little 9-piece jumping off in a Coke and talk about playing basketball. So we just had that bond that was really, really cool. And there you go. Next thing I know, we getting married. We have just had that bond that was really, it was like, dude, let's go to McDonald's. It was just an easy transition. It wasn't one of those, okay, he's sending me flowers and jewelry and clothes and cars. It was like, dude, let's go to McDonald's. Let's get this little 9-piece jumping off in a Coke and talk about playing basketball. So it was just an easy transition. It wasn't one of those, okay, he's sending me flowers and jewelry and clothes and cars. It was like, dude, let's go to McDonald's. Let's get this little 9-piece jumping off in a Coke and talk about playing basketball. So we just had that bond.
The question that I have is, everybody had a problem with R. Kelly going to McDonald's, right? And he gave y'all the backstory of why he loved to go to McDonald's. But why nobody talking about Drea coercing him and wanting to go to McDonald's and get a 9-piece and play basketball? Let's continue.
And that was really, really cool. And there you go. Next thing I know, we getting married. We have our first daughter, Joanne. We go on tour. I'm knocked up again. We have Jaya. We go on tour. I'm knocked up again. We have little Robert. So our life, it just went from homeboy, homegirl, dancer, choreographer, fiance, wife. Now we've got kids and nannies. We got a bus with toys and cribs and extra security. And I'm just wigging out because I'm like, how did it go from a girl on the South Side getting food from a soup kitchen to R. Kelly's wife? Those 3 children that we have were out of love. So it's like we had good times, and that was my friend. And at the end of the day, I lost my friend. And it's hard to deal with. And I hope one day we'll get back there.
Oh, what?
My friend. And it's getting food from a soup kitchen to R. Kelly's wife. Those 3 children that we have were out of love. So it's like we had good times, and that was my friend. And at the end of the day, I lost my friend. And it's hard to deal with. And I hope one day we'll get back there.
So I have a question. If one day you hope you will get back there, right? Could that one day have came and he said, hell no? He good? So you chose to make it bad for him. You chose. You chose. You chose to go out there and lie on this man because he told you no drip, no how, no way, not today. But a week before Surviving R. Kelly came out, you remember this?
Happy people, yeah.
Other baby daddy, ex-husband, on the radio, and I celebrate him. He does, we do what the fuck he do. Family first, honey. Family first. And you know that special rule about family. I can say the fuck I want to say about him because he's my family. You ain't got shit to say. I'm going to cuss your ass out. That ain't your motherfucking family. That ain't your husband. That ain't your baby daddy. Those 3 children that we have were out of love. So it's like we had good times, and that was my friend. And at the end of the day, I lost my friend. And it's hard to deal with. And I hope one day we'll get back there. I hope one day we'll get back there. I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end of the day, he had to do all of that with that dark cloud. But what kept him focused and kept him going is I have to do this for my children to make sure that they are okay. Because he could have just went under a rock and hid and shit been in shambles and we be the fuck everywhere. But that didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I love him for that. I love him for that. I will always respect him for that. And he did it with grace in the height of the storm.
I think I'm gonna play that one more time.
Happy people, yeah.
Other baby daddy, ex-husband, on the radio, and I celebrate him. He does, we do what the fuck he do. Family first, honey. Family first. And you know that special rule about family. I can say the fuck I want to say about him because he's my family. You ain't got shit to say. I'm going to cuss your ass out. That ain't your motherfucking family. That ain't your husband. That ain't your baby daddy. Those 3 children that we have were out of love. So it's like we had good times, and that was my friend. And at the end of the day, I lost my friend. And it's hard to deal with. And I hope one day we'll get back there. I hope one day we'll get back there. I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end of the day, he had to do all of that with that dark cloud. But what kept him focused and kept him going is I have to do this for my children to make sure that they are okay. Because he could have just went under a rock and hid and shit been in shambles and we be the fuck everywhere. But that didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I love him for that. I love him, and it's undeniable. But at the end of the day, he had to do all of that with that dark cloud. But what kept him focused and kept him going is I have to do this for my children to make sure that they are okay. Because he could have just went under a rock and hid and shit been in shambles and we be the fuck everywhere. But that didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I love him for that. I love him for that. I will always respect him for that. And he did it with grace in the height of the storm.
Well, he did it with grace in the height of the storm. For all of y'all that want to call in, hit that call-in number, 404-914-7986. I want to hear from you. Tell us what you think. Ooh. Chris Terry in the building. See, I told you I got everything. The heifer's jealous of Kellz. Other women getting what she couldn't anymore. Ooh, that's deep. Prima Donna said 2015. Did Ms. Lee think they could reconcile? Introducing Azriel. Lock this crazy line ass woman up. Chris in the building. Did being engaged to Holly trigger her, perhaps? EJ with the throw up faces. Prima said, but led them running around with mute R. Kelly. That part. And Prima Donna and Kellz was still like, nah, bye. Who said that? Gemini Dawn, yeah. Hold on, wait. Okay, Mama Bear. Yeah. Attention. Calling out Drea Kelly. Now watch this. When I told everybody Mama Bear was Drea, right? Why was people running around saying it was Azriel? So now the facts are dropping. Was the receipt man lying then, or was the receipt man lying now? And you could say neither or either. So call in 404-914-7986. I want to hear from you. You're on Dana J Uncensored. Let's go. Or should I say Dana J Unleashed? I'm sorry, I said uncensored. I forgot I did away with uncensored. April said, because people like to go on their own narrative. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. People want you to believe what they want you to believe because of their hidden ideology and their hidden past trauma. That's facts. Call in 404-914-7986. We still early. It's only 10 o'clock. 10:04 to be exact. Come on. But if you don't want to call in, you don't have to. Dana J gonna get off on here. He gonna go watch wrestling and get ready to go to work tomorrow. Gossip News said she is all be a gold digger. She took his money. Now she's in need. Yeah, Drea Lee, you're trifling. Bitch, indeed. You're a gold digger that digs on R. Kelly. I'm just saying. I'm feeling good. We back. I'm telling you. If I ever listen. Okay, nobody want to call in. Cool. I'm gonna continue popping my shit. I'm gonna say this. Now that we touched on the R. Kelly and Drea Lee, let's park that there. Because tomorrow we going straight R. Kelly. All R. Kelly, the screwjob of R. Kelly. And I'm gonna do that for about 2 weeks. Going in. Because everything is over with. The Diddy trial over with. But I'm gonna talk about these content creators real quick. Right? Oh, hold on. You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you, caller?
Andrea. Back when she was doing the live show, one of those realistic shows, it was rumored that R. Kelly didn't want her to do that show.
First of all, who is this?
Up there naked. I don't know how true that is.
First of all, who is this speaking?
I'm Melba. I've talked to you several times.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Ms. Melba?
I'm good. But I was concerned when she was on the realistic show, one of those live shows. They said R. Kelly didn't want her to perform on that show because she was half naked.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's true or not, but had you heard anything about that when she was on one of those real, I don't know the name of the show, but she was on a realistic show, one of those reality shows. You remember that?
Are you talking about the show that she got married on?
No, she didn't get married on it. It was when the shows really first came out, and it was her and a couple of other basketball wives, I think it was.
Talking about Hollywood
But she
exes?
was on the show. I'm sorry?
Are you talking about Hollywood exes?
No, Hollywood Exes, that was Kevin Hart's show. This
No,
is one,
no,
it
no,
was,
no, no. It was a Hollywood exes, and Drea was on it, and she married that dude.
I don't remember her being married because she had first came out. This is when she really surfaced. But it wasn't Hollywood Exes.
That's when she
But
married that dude.
anyway, I don't remember that one. That must have been the second season or something. But rumor was R. Kelly didn't want her on that show because she was half naked. I think she was a dancer then, but he didn't want her on that show. And I was just wondering, what was the rumor behind that, if you heard? He didn't want her on there. You know anything about that? It wasn't Hollywood Exes. Was it Basketball Wives?
Listen.
No, that was it could have been the first season of that.
Listen. Okay.
I'm listening.
Hollywood exes. July 11th, 2014. Yes, Drea Kelly, formerly married to R&B singer R. Kelly, did marry another man, Brian McKee, in 2014. However, the marriage to McKee lasted only 2 months before they divorced. Drea Kelly's relationship history also includes her marriage to R. Kelly, which ended amidst allegations of abuse. She was also engaged. She was also engaged to someone else before marrying R. Kelly. According to a video on YouTube more recently, Drea Kelly has been open about a long-term relationship with Cisco Rosario, although they have clarified that their bond is platonic. Drea was engaged when she even started dealing with R. Kelly. But the show that she got married to Brian McKee on was Hollywood Exes.
Okay. Well, did you hear a rumor when she first started on the reality show that R. Kelly did not want her to perform or to be on that show?
Nah, I didn't hear about that because at that time, Rob didn't care about her. It was over.
Well, it's never over with her, but I hear what you're saying. But I was just concerned about that because that's when she really first surfaced on my side of town.
Okay.
And it was on one of those reality shows. And a lot of the wives were saying their husbands didn't want them to perform on these shows. And Drea said the same thing about R. Kelly. But it came out later because she was dressing kind of loose on there and he didn't like that. That's what I heard. Okay. And I can believe it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I was just wondering what you heard on it. All right.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Love you. Thank you.
Love you back. All right.
All right. Bye.
All right. Call in, y'all. 404-914-7986. Angela, I see what you said. Hello. A lot of people don't know nothing about that. A lot of people don't know about that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know about that. But yeah. And I'm going to let y'all know I do got a wrestling show about to pop off. I'm telling you, I'm going back to the vintage Dana. I do got a wrestling show about to pop off. I am going to come back playing music. I'm telling you, go get you a Rumble page. I'm only going to strictly play music on Rumble because YouTube is tripping. So yeah, I am about to start up a wrestling page where I'm going to give you wrestling updates off and on, back and back. But like I said, call in 404-914-7986. Let's talk about what y'all just observed today. You're live on a Dana J show, aka Dana J Unleashed. How can I help you, caller?
Hey, Dana J, this is Rob. I'm just calling in, just saying I want to see R. Kelly free, man. I hate to hear everything that's going on about what's going on with his case, man. I just wanted to say that and call in and say that, man.
I appreciate you, man. And we all want to see him free. So I got a question. if you were standing in front of Rob right now and you had anything to say to him, what would you say?
I think you're a brilliant artist. I don't believe the things that they're saying about you. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Dana, man. I'm going to school for be a music producer, so I always wanted to work with Rob, but that's neither here or there. But I would stand in front of Rob and just say, man, just be strong. Don't believe the words that they're saying about you, and just continue to move forward, because one day he is going to go free. I do believe that.
Facts. I appreciate you, man. I thank you for calling in.
Dana. Yes, sir.
And all right, and don't be a stranger, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Listen, Next Level said, not true. He didn't want his kids on the show. Facts. Facts. He definitely ain't want his kids on the show. And truth to be told, the only reason why he got jammed up in the Chicago case is because he was trying to keep her from being exploited. He didn't care about him. Alexander Hanna said, get in where you fit in. Fatu. Yeah, listen, y'all better stop with that Fatu. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. And if you ain't following me on Twitter, I'm setting up something. My first live wrestling joint gonna be crazy. But I'll talk about that later. Let's talk about what y'all watched today and what y'all seen. Let's get y'all opinion, man. Call in 404-914-7986. Hello. I'm telling you, man. A lot of people don't understand, but that fight too hit different, baby. See, Angela, y'all starting. We not yeeting over here, okay? We ain't doing no yeeting yet. We ain't doing no hellos over here. We ain't doing no yada da da be. We ain't doing none of that over here right now. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let's get this out the way first. And then in my closing, I'm going to talk about it. What up, Hannah? And then in my closing, I'm going to talk about it. Hold on, let's see. You're live on the Dana J Show, aka Dana J Unleash. Who is this I'm speaking with, caller?
Oh, this Cox, bro.
What's going on, Cox?
Man, just chilling, listening to the show and shit. Just trying to figure out a lot of things. I'd probably be asking questions in the comments and shit, but about what I heard, like even with the stuff I seen, all that stuff before with Dre Lee or whatever. But I was trying, like I asked the question, like how was Buku on the Buffet album with R. Kelly if he was abusing her? And like you said, like when you showed the video of her with all this praise and R. Kelly, and it wasn't he was abusing his daughter back then and all that. Why wasn't that shit shown in court? I mean, there was like a bunch of evidence showing that he ain't do nothing. Like, I mean, I know they probably didn't come up in court about him abusing his daughter because that came after, but still, like that would have been something to combat the abuse allegations that he had against her, that she had against him, I mean, with the surviving R. Kelly and all that bull crap.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out why.
That would have that would have buried him if it was factual. Hey, Georgia girl.
Your Google Home isn't set.
If that was factual, that would have buried him. So,
I was wondering about that. Like,
so you just answered your own question.
I'm saying, like, why the lawyers ain't bring it up to combat some of those abuse charges and all that racketeering and bull crap that they were trying to put on in the first place. I mean, I would have. I mean, if you guys, because I don't really have time to be a YouTuber. That's why I wait on you and Prima Donna and all y'all to get come on so I can listen to what y'all dug up. Cause I'm very, very busy. but anyway, so but like if y'all can dig that up there and that ain't even y'all job, I'm pretty sure the lawyers could have dug that shit up. And that's part of the reason I'm disappointed with what happened with the brother Robert and all that. So it's just like a lot of bull crap that's easily debunked, and I don't feel like they did a good job of trying to even start debunking the shit, man. And like I said about the Diddy stuff, they didn't really take Diddy's money, so he probably have a fighting chance on that situation. Like, 'cause, like they would have took Kellz money, he could have got better counsel and all that shit. I think he would have beat this too, unless it was already rigged for him. But with them Diddy, they didn't mess with Diddy money because they didn't get him on a racketeering, so they can't really do nothing with his money. Prostitution, they can't do nothing with that. So I think he'll have a fighting chance, which I really don't care too much for Diddy. It ain't my, I don't like him or dislike him, but I'm just saying, like, in reality, if you got the money to fight it, you can fight it. They took Kellz money, that's why he really couldn't put up a fight. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah, so it's like it's a different case. It's like the same case, but with different results. And like the way they played Kellz is way dirtier than they doing Diddy. And Diddy ain't. I think Diddy's way more guilty than R. Kelly could have been. you know what I'm saying? On a lot of stuff that, but like the Cassie stuff, that I don't get involved. That's the next stuff. I don't get involved in that. We all have seen somebody hit a girl before, wrong or right. They didn't go to jail. When nobody protested for them to go to jail for that. Shit, I had uncles and shit jumping on their wives. You know, we intervened and all that, but nobody went to jail behind that shit.
Right.
So I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit up and act like Diddy the first person to put his hands on a woman. I don't condone it. I have 4 sisters. I have 3 daughters. I don't condone it. But I'm saying, like, it's not right, but it ain't enough for a man to go to jail for 20 years behind. And she took the money, so she said it was okay, but she took the money. So I know it sounds weird, but it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, I think Diddy's way more guilty than R. Kelly was. And I feel like they played my guy to the left.
So I'm gonna ask you this, Cox. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Would you want to see a prima donna DanaJay show?
Hell yeah. I've been waiting on it. I've mentioned Prima every time I talk to you, don't I? I've been waiting on it.
Hey, Prima, are you in the chat?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all in the chat. If y'all want to see a DanaJay prima donna dream team show, put hell yeah in the chat.
Yep. I'm gonna put hell yeah in the chat while I'm talking to you.
If you want to see a prima donna DanaJay dream team show, put hell yeah in the chat. If you think it'll be fire, put the fire signs in the chat. West Coast Bell said Diddy was worse. The difference is Kellz was in the system for the second time. Kelly got off the first charges. Diddy with no priors got a minute conviction.
That's not accurate.
Listen.
He wasn't in the system. He beat the charge.
Yeah. Listen.
So that's not accurate.
Listen, Cox, let me get someone else up here real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
All right. Thank you for calling, bro.
Oh, no problem.
Man, listen. If DanaJay and Prima Donna did a theme song, did a show, the theme song would have to be this. This would have to be the theme song.
Alabama. Memphis, Tennessee. You forever got a friend in me. I go by CT. Alicia talk your shit's naive.
Keep them flames going. If y'all want to see a DanaJay Prima Donna show, keep the flames going. I'm just saying, do y'all want to see it? Do y'all want to see it? Do y'all want Dana and Prima Donna together to break it down?
Lisa, you ain't never lied.
What?
Niggas talking slick, then you know we gotta slide.
Let's go, Chris.
I guess these motherfuckers when they going live.
Huh?
You know I hit them up like Machiavelli still alive.
What?
You play me like a pawn, find your body in the trunk. Hey, you smelling like a skunk while we smoking on that farm. Lies we the bomb, fuck a unfit trunk. Falling on these bitch made niggas slam dunk. Took a trip out to Houston to holler at my homegirl toy. Told Lisa the plan when we see
It's gotta go down. It's gotta go down. That Dana J Prima Donna show gotta go down. But for all my wrestling heads, I'm about to get up out of here. The only thing I can do is say this. When the Dana J wrestling show drop, I need you to be there. So I'm gonna get with Prima Donna, y'all, and we gonna set up where the Dana J Prima Donna show gonna be fire. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fire. And we gonna make a lot of haters mad. Because people already hating us. They already tampering with our kids and putting kids on photos and shit. So now we gonna give them a reason to be mad. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna give them a reason to be mad. And you know what? Because I got 3 songs to play. 3. The first song I got to play go like this.
Hey, hey, man, bitch, hey, who souls now? We don't see that. It's just me, oh. Okay, day one, it's just me, oh. Just me, oh. Okay, day one, it's just me, oh. Day one, it's just me, oh. Okay, day one, it's just let them all look down like this. Let's go! Hey, it's on me now. Hey, I'm gonna get them all. I'm gonna get them all. Yeah. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. Hey. It's on me now. It's on me. Hey, hey, man, the bitch, hey, who souls down with your city? Ooh, so it's just me. Okay, day one, it's just me. Day one, it's just me. Okay, day one, it's just let them all look down like this.
But wait. Hey, Prima. We gonna destroy them. We gonna make them big mad.
Okay. Hey, let's get it on. Hey, I'm about to get them.
But wait.
I'm about to get them on.
But wait.
Let's go. Ooh,
It's
day one, it's just me. Day one, it's just me. Day one, it's just let them all look down like this.
It's just me, Oos, and my sis. Day ones. We going back to the day ones. All the add-ons was bullshit. We going back to the day ones. Then the second song I gotta play just go a little something like this. Y'all know about that. Then the third song gotta be this. had to get it out there for all my wrestling heads. Y'all don't know nothing about that. To all the wrestling heads, y'all know about that. But I gotta go here. Last song. We up out of here. Let's go.
You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Be so unimportant and be yourself. Elephants don't fly flies. And checks fly with turbulence. Good night, everybody. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to rock out with the best. Love every last one of y'all. The Dana J. Prima Donna Show coming soon. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go, Kellz.